I'm your host, Welcome 23. You're joining me for Elementalists, Book 1, Chapter 8, Night Magic. You and your friends scour the library for weeks, but find nothing on the shadow monsters. What's more, you haven't seen your reflection again. On the bright side, you've completed Spellwork 1A and are ready to start your specialized Sunat training with Professor Swan. You trek up the domed building above the main grounds, groaning as you quickly run out of breath. I should have just given myself those extra 5 minutes in bed. Why am I so exhausted today? Footsteps echo up the steps behind you. You turn to see Professor Swan taking the stairs, 2 at a time, waving one hand exaggeratedly. Sorry, Ellie. You know how it is. 1 minute you're watching the clock, the next a swarm of bubble bugs are floating through your window. Right. That is so relatable. And Professor Swan reaches the building, and she does a complicated hand gesture in front of the door. It glides open silently. After you, Ellie. The room is all yours, after all. Oh, bright. Step inside and immediately shield your eyes from the sunlight flooding the room, bathing everything in the clearest, brightest light. Smell of the morning sun is so invigorating, don't you think? I'd be more invigorated by the smell of coffee, if you have some. I'm more of a tea person myself. Now, I have a question for you before we begin. I'd appreciate your honesty with regards to these mysterious creatures that have been attacking you. Have you stayed out of trouble and kept your head down? Think back on the endless research you and your friends have been doing in the library, and consider telling Professor Swan the truth. If I kept my head down, honestly, not entirely. Swan gives you a panicked look. Ellie, what's happened? Are you okay? Have you sustained any injuries? No, I'm fine. I haven't gone looking for any more monsters. I've just been looking for more information on them in the library. I don't think the librarians noticed. Professor Swan sighs. I appreciate your honesty, Ellie, though I worry that you're drawing unnecessary attention to the subject of your research. But we'll continue that conversation for later. No use dwelling on gloomy thoughts when we're surrounded by so much sun. Puts her hands on her hips and addresses you seriously. I'm seriously not a sun person. Now, you and I are here today because each attunements lends them special abilities. Being a Sunat predisposes you towards pre-science, which means you innately have a certain degree of foresight about what's to come. I can tell the future? No, not exactly. Pre-science is more of having a feeling that something is going to happen. A gut feeling, if you will. So you're saying I can gut feel the future? Mr. Swan gives a little shrug, lips quirking up in a smile. It's a muddy science, but fascinating. The degree of pre-science attainable by each Sunat depends on your latent potential, of course. Well, I've got some good news for you. According to Professor Gontos, I've got an ale tankard's worth of magical potential. Swan claps her hands together in excitement. Wonderful! I've never trained a Sunat before. I can't wait to see how powerful you are, and pre-science is the perfect place to start. She takes a breath to calm herself before explaining in a little more detail. Think of the sun as a marker of time passing. The day progresses as the sun moves through the sky, so tapping into your sun abilities gives you a feeling for the future. But with practice, patience, and the power, of course, you may be able to get so much more than just a gut feeling. Okay, then. How long does it take to develop pre-science? You're saying I could get visions? Do you have it? Is that how you were able to find me when the shadow monster attacked? I do have a minor in the abilities, yes. Seriously? Cool. What it is the result of hard work, so if I can do it, so can you. Now, the very first step in developing your prescience is the strengthening your connection with the sun. I find meditation to be quite helpful. Just close your eyes and feel the sun's warmth sink into you, then work on merging your energy with it. Why don't you take a seat and try? You sit on the floor with your legs crossed. Close your eyes, and the glare of the room shines through your eyelids. Now focus inwards. If you're aware of sounds, sensations, anything outside of you, don't let them distract you. Breathe. You take in long, slow breaths, focusing on the tint of the backs of your eyelids and the cool feeling of the air entering your nostrils. This is actually kind of nice. A pleasant heat fills your chest, like you've been running, only you don't feel tired or winded. Ellie, look out, it's storming! Wind from Professor Swan's bell buffets you, making you flinch. You have to stay centered. You need to refocus. Let the wind blow itself out, imagining yourself as a fire that it's stoking. When the gale has passed, you feel warmer than before. Yes. Mr. Swan's voice filters into your consciousness as a faint whisper. Impressive, very impressive. With a smile to yourself, you tune out her voice, her presence. It's like you're floating in nothingness, wrapped up in a warm blanket safe and sound. But suddenly, a bright burst of light filters through your eyelids as though the crystal in the center of the room is pulsating. God, it's getting brighter. You feel the light hanging around you like it's trying to force itself through your skin and overpower you. I can do this. Absorb the light. You welcome the sunlight on your skin, feeling it sinking in and warming you further. And feel a responding light start to glow from deep inside of you. Oh, I think I have it. Ears rush and a tingle runs down your arms and legs. Oh my! Your eyes shoot open, and for a moment you can't see anything. Holy, I'm glowing! You lose your focus, and the prickly feeling recedes, taking the glow within. For a moment, dread swirls in your gut, but it disappears so quickly you wonder if you imagine it. Was that supposed to happen? The Swan's nods, mouth hanging open. I never expected not on your very first try. To become a Super Saiyan? Yes, it's what I've wanted my whole entire life. Ellie, you just connected profoundly with the power of the sun. This is beyond anything I imagined. I felt so warm. I think I'm gonna really like pre-science. You aced your first attempt at pre-science. Glow up. After practicing for a little while longer, Professor Swan checks her watch. Thank you, Ellie. That's enough. We can finish up for today. You get to your feet with a groan, stretching out your stiff limbs. I sense much potential in you, but remember, anybody who gets anywhere in life puts in that extra bit of work. You're giving me homework, aren't you? Think of it as an independent study, and think of how the future Ellie, who has full mastery of her pre-science, will thank you. I'd like for you to continue your meditation regularly. Begin by trying to foretell simple things, like what you're going to eat for an upcoming meal. Is that really pre-science? You think about your reflection and how your pre-science might help you learn more about her. Swan tilts her head. You remain silent for a while. Ellie, is there more you haven't told me? You don't have to face things alone. She smiles warmly at you, and you realize without any doubt that you trust her to help you. Professor, there's more going on than just the shadow creature. Tell Professor Swan about the reflection's appearances so far. Her eyes go wide. Oh my! Oh my! Oh my goodness, oh dear! She rushes out of the room, leaving you alone in a brilliant sunlight. Oh, see you later, Professor. Well, if she's got that covered, I guess I could meditate some more, see if I can learn something about my reflection or those shadows. Now's your chance to hone your presence, or pre-science, excuse me, which will give you a clue about your mysterious foes and unlock a bonus scene later in the chapter. So we have leave, stay and practice. Stay and practice. Sit back down in the center of the room and release a long, even breath. Your heavy heartbeat slows, and the heat of the sun makes your head heavy. I wonder if this is working? Sunlight brushes against your face, settling gently against your eyelids, coating your skin in a soft warmth. You breathe in and start to feel an ember of pure heat and light in your core. It fades as you exhale and glows again, stronger on your next inhale. This feels right. Your arms and legs erupt into goosebumps as tingles run through your body. Your ears rush, leaving you momentarily lightheaded. Ah! Suddenly, you're pulsing with light. I think it's working. I need to foretell something quick. What does my reflection want from me? Why are shadow creatures chasing me? What does my reflection want from me? You're hit with vertigo, and you try to throw it out of your arms to balance yourself, but you can't move. Images start flashing before your eyes. As quick as it comes, the visions fade. I think that was real pre-science. I foretold something, but what the hell did all that mean? You hear a faint chime of the bell tower and realize that it's lunchtime. Your stomach lets out a monstrous gurgle, and you realize how exhausted you suddenly feel. That took a lot out of me. Food first, understanding these visions second. You get your feet and leave the sun-at practice room, closing the door against the vibrant rays of sunshine. A few days later, you meet your spell work 1B class in the woods for a practical lesson. After thief practice, you signal up to Beckett. Hey, Beckett, have you found anything else out in the library recently? Ellie, we've scoured every book. Some of them twice, some thrice. I can't believe I'm saying this, but the library might not help us. Before you can reply, Professor England addresses the class from in front of a thick tree trunk. Welcome, class. I'm sure you're all wondering what we're doing out in the woods. Today's lesson involves using wood magic to create resin. Can anyone tell me some qualities of resin and magic? Resin not only has healing and protective qualities, but can be manipulated by almost every element, so it's extremely versatile. Correct, and because wood magic is fairly tricky, today's lesson is also a companion magic lesson. You'll practice melding your magic with another's. One of you will channel the wood component of the spell, while the other channels water. So England touches his index and middle fingers together at chest level. When performed alone, this stance can help meld wood and the element of natural life with water, which nurtures natural life. Sense the sap in the tree, then channel your magic into it. Use water to thicken the sap until the bark and the wood to channel it to the surface, and then say, Rathina. He slowly separates his fingers between them, stretches a viscous rope of amber, which he fashions into a crystalline shield with a flourish. Medicinal to decorative, defense to offense, resin is an extremely valuable substance to have magical mastery over. Now, select your partners and get to work. Feel free to practice with your familiars if you'd like. Ooh. I have a choice between Beckett or Banner. Beckett, Banner, Beckett. Oh, okay. Do you not want to work with me? No, it's not that. It's just I've a fair bit of difficulty with wood, and as it's a metal's counterpart, please don't laugh. Beckett, I'm not gonna laugh because wood magic is hard for you. Beckett looks around frantically, waving his hands at you. Ellie, please keep it down. I have a reputation to uphold. Really? You're so cute when you're flustered. Cute? Yes, your cheeks get all red, and you do this pouty thing with your mouth. Totally gives me butterflies. Please quit it with the teasing, Ellie. There's only so much of your foolishness I can handle first thing in the morning. There, you're doing it right now. Beckett fights to look stern, but a smile spreads across his face. You're absolutely ridiculous. Less chatting in the corner, please. Ellie and Beckett focus on finding each other's magical energy. I'll do my best with wood, and you take water. Sound good, Beckett? Very well. Let us attempt this at least. This is called a team-building experience, guys. Let's go. You extend your awareness towards Beckett, trying to sense this magical aura. Slowly, you start to feel a sensation in the air. Steely, but pliable. Beckett's face is scrunched up in focus, but suddenly his eyes meet yours and widen. I can feel it. Your energy is so warm. And yours has a distinct metallic edge. Now let's get some resin out of the tree. Both turn to the tree beside you as you work your wood magic into it. You feel Beckett's water magic melding further with yours. Okay. First I have to sense the sap. With your magic deep in the tree, you begin to sense the sap spreading through all parts of it, from the trunk to the tips of the branches. It's like I can feel the tree's life force as though the sap is blood flowing through its veins. Can you feel it, Ellie? We're definitely doing this right. Next is just making the actual resin. Very well. I'm using my water to thicken the sap. It's up to you to complete the spell with the wood magic. As you twine more of your magic from the sap, feeling it become more viscous and easier to handle, Professor England passes by. Looking good, you two. Now you just have to bring it to the tree surface. Channel the resin. You're able to direct the thick sap through the bark. An amber color bubble emerges from a crack in the trunk and pops. Wonderful work. One more step left. With the forces of wood and water held together, you let out a breath and utter the incantation. Rathena. Rathena. A fine trickle of sap dribbles through the crack in the bark and starts to drip down the trunk, crystallizing on the way down. Fantastic work, you two. You're the first to have succeeded, actually. Turn towards Beckett and raise your hand for a high five. I can't believe how easy that was. Our magical energies are totally compatible. After a moment's hesitation, Beckett gently presses his palm to yours. Companion magic sure is something. That must be the quickest I've ever learned a spell. Your vision suddenly goes hazy, and you sway on the spot, catching yourself on a nearby tree. Ellie, what just happened? I don't know. I feel fine now. It must have been rebound from casting such an advanced spell. I used to suffer dizzy spells when I was a novice. Don't worry, the more you practice, the less you'll be affected by performing high-level magic. Right. I sure hope so. You now have the resin spell. Only 5 more to go. You're doing homework later that evening, practicing the resin spell with Banner while facing your wooden desk. Combine the wood with water and link your fingers the way Professor England showed. Banner's expression tightens as he tries to help you focus your magic. Okay, I think I combine them. I just have to say the incantation. Rathena. Rathena! Pull your fingers apart, revealing a thread-like tendril of resin between them. Yes, Banner, we got it! A wave of dizziness washes over you, and the resin turns to water, which falls to the floor. Not this again. The bedroom door burst open, making Banner jump. Tria hurries inside, a shopping bag dangling from her arm. Clear out your schedule tonight, Ellie. We've got a date with the deep, dark forest, and we can't miss it. Come again, but, calmer this time. Tria grins at you, a wild gleam in her eyes. I was just in Penn Square, where I ran into Griffin, who told me about a rave in the woods tonight to celebrate the December solstice. It's a super exclusive, as in underclassmen aren't invited. But if we can find the rave on our own, we can get in, like he did last year. You want to trample through the forest in the middle of the night for a rave we might not even find? What's with the glass half-emptied outlook? Zeph's already on board, and I waylaid Smarty Pants outside the library and got him to promise to come along too. Well, in that case, we'll find it for sure. And a party sounds fun after all the studying I've been doing. I was right. So Griffin is like James from Freshman. This literally is like Freshman, but in, like, magical terms. With a delighted squeal, Shree hests the shopping bag onto your desk and begins digging through it. Inspired as I was, I made a pit stop at Mason to you and found you the perfect look for tonight. Pulls out a gleaming outfit, the fabric shifting through her hands as though it's made of starlight. You'll be the talk of the entire school in this. Ho! All that glitters make jaws drop in the stunning blue gown and golden body chain. I mean, I'd show off my tattoo, I guess, but could we be more revealing and more like, this is Rome at this point? Like, seriously. Fine, it's a diamond edition, I have no choice, do it. You all have kind of like guns to my head. Tree whistles and you look down at yourself with a grin. Is it weird to wolf whistle at myself too? Because damn, do I look good. Yes, but if I do this, it's called cat calling or whatever the fuck it is now, and women get mad. I mean, I don't do it, but I'm just saying. Tell me about it. My eyes are feeling so blessed right now. I mean, the fact I changed in front of you, you should feel blessed. Shreya claps her hands together. Great. I'll let the other ones know you're ready in 10. And no dawdling. Are you gonna change too, or... She breezes out of your room and you turn to banner. Looks like you're manning the fort tonight. See you later, buddy. While later, you, Shreya, Beckett, and Zeph are searching through the woods for the upperclassmen's rave. I'd like it to be known that I will not tramp all night long when I could be studying. Beckett, I hate to be a judgmental one, but, like, what did you do as a kid? Hang on, Beckett, you can study, like, the trees and bugs and stuff. Locums locos, hush hush. We won't be able to hear the party over your bickering. I got this, guys. I'll find the party with my prescience. You come to a stop and take a deep breath, focusing inwards and surge out with the glow of your sun magic. You feel it begin to flow outwards as though it's guiding your way towards something. You have the urge to follow and get the briefest vision. What the But as your magic seeps out of you, you feel your strength waning. Ellie, you okay? Totally fine. The rave's that way. You point towards a patch of trees, and your friends take off with a renewed enthusiasm. You follow behind, rubbing your temples against the fresh wave of fatigue washing over you. What's happening to me? That was a very interesting thingy that just happened. Oh. Okay, we're here, apparently. It's pretty. Prescience helped you find the party on your own. Extra credit pays off. Suddenly, you walk right into a clearing filled with lights, music, and students dancing and laughing. Griffin spots you from his perch on a low wall nearby. Hey guys, I knew you'd make it. And just in time to get on with the moon gate magic. He waves you over and you join a group of students gathered around in a circular hole in the wall. I'm guessing that's the moon gate, but what does it do? Each year on the winter solstice, if you have enough magical energy gathered around, it'll take you back to your past. The catch is, you don't know when you'll be taken back to, and it won't affect your present, but it's fun to relive things differently. Legitimate moon gates are extremely rare. They only work if built by the Fae. A man-made moon gate is nothing more than decoration. Look towards the circular archway, which swirls with magical energies as a student walks away from it, looking excited by what they just saw. Any of you want to give it a go? I do. You step in front of the moon gate and stare into the swirling depths. Suddenly it sucks you in. Wah, 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 wah. Rushing water yanks you forward, forcing you to squeeze your eyes shut against the current. After just a few seconds, you feel yourself being launched out of the water. You land on something hard and slowly open your eyes. Here again. My first day at Penderghast. I should look for my reflection in the lake. Do a cartwheel. Announce my arrival! Let's do a reflection in the lake. I might still have a chance to catch her. Turn and dunk your head into the lake. Oh, because dunking it'll help. But all you see is the bottom. You emerge and shake the water out of your hair. Are you having some sort of episode? Should I call the nurse? You look. You whirl around and find Beckett standing behind you, watching you warily. Beckett, wow, this is already different from last time. Beckett stumbles back. Who are you and how do you know my name? And what in the world are you wearing? Intruders shouldn't be able to break through the wards, but perhaps the lake is weak, a spot. I have you know I'm a highly proficient metal-at. Raises his hand, magical energy crackling in his palms. I'm not an intruder, I know you because you're an astounding academic reputation. Beckett lowers his hand with a gloating smile. Ah, yes, that makes sense. I suppose someone like you would know about someone as intelligent as me. Though I'm not sure how you managed to end up so far off course. I don't think anyone's ever come through the lake before. About that... You're just as cute as last time. Beckett immediately turns scarlet. Cute? What are you... Hold on, last time? He looks at you closely, brow creasing. Where did you say you came from? I didn't? Beckett's eyes narrow, and you glance nervously down at his hands, but he doesn't call up any more magic. Suddenly he gasps. Wait, I've heard of this kind of behavior. You're a Moongate traveler. Quick! Tell me what scores I received on my exams. I want to know what weakness I need to correct. Your surroundings suddenly change again, and Beckett's voice fades away, replaced by the heavy bass of the rave. You have to rave in time to experience the Moongate. You step aside so the next person can take their turn at the Moongate, and your friends converge on you eagerly. So, where did you go? What happened? Was I there? You weren't, but Beckett was, and I confirm he's a nerd in every possible reality. What? If you went back in time and sabotaged my school grades, I swear I'll... Now you're just proving my point. What happens in the Moongate doesn't affect the present, remember? Beckett splutters, you turn to Griffin. The Moongate was incredible. I never thought I could relive my past. Trekking through the forest was so worth it. You've got to see a fraction. You've only seen a fraction of what's going on tonight. Enjoy the party. I recommend getting in on one of the light shows. You can do lots of cool magic with the solstice's energy powering you up. This might be a good time to mention that there's something wrong with my magic. I can barely cast anything without feeling exhausted. I think... my magic's broken. Don't be ridiculous, Ellie. Yeah, magic doesn't just break. There's probably a simple explanation for this. Maybe you've just been practicing too much. Beckett scoffs. It's the solstice, obviously. The days have been getting shorter. Tonight is the longest night of the year. One of heightened magical energy. So then why is my energy the exact opposite of heightened? Because you must also deal with the drain of the night upon your sun powers. Basically, it sucks to be a sun-at right now. Dang, so everyone gets a power-up except Ellie? That's rough, man. Oh, come on. You don't need magic to have fun at a party. Think of all the parties you went to before you knew you were attuned. No magic at a solstice rave? What are you, tuneless? I will smack the black out of your hair. Turn to see two upperclassmen that you recognize from thief trials. It's not that big of a deal, is it? Tonight's about celebrating the natural energy all around us. Just feeling it is enough. The other girl snorts, looking you up and down. I'll admit that your outfit is so giving me fashion envy right now, but parents are only half the bill. A solstice rave is about contributing to the magic, not just standing around and leeching off of everyone else's. How about you back off? Nobody asked for your opinion. Shri, it's fine. I brought this. Reach in your pocket and take a small crystal vial. A few ounces of golden liquid swirl inside, and you grant the upperclassman. Yawn. What am I supposed to be looking at exactly? Remember our daydream potions, F? I might have kept a little for later. Oh, Ellie, you're bad. You stole from class? Oh, but is it stealing if she made it herself? Experts say no, and by experts, I mean me. Upperclassman raises her eyebrows, looking intrigued. Daydream potion, huh? And what's to prove that it's a real thing? First years are notorious for botching their first batch of daydream potions. Well, looks like there's enough for each of us to take a sip. Who's feeling brave enough to test my potion-making skills? I'm a bit concerned about how the magical amplification of the solstice may interfere with the potion's effects. Interfere or enhance? Pass it around, Ellie. I can't wait to see what kind of magic I can do with some daydream potion helping. Let everyone take a sip before downing the last. Swallow yourself. It tastes like cider and leaves a slight burn in your nose afterwards. Almost immediately, your head spins and the world tilts and blurs strangely around you. You thrum with magical energy. Okay, I'm feeling that amplification thing you were talking about, Becca. I think I could do all the magic in the world. Watch me cast sunshine! So many bubbles, a trippy blur. I'm gonna do so many bubbles. Bubble beam! You focus on summoning the power of water and then spin around in a circle. Woohoo! Look at them all! Bubbles fly out of your outstretched arms, ballooning to enormous sizes. They're filled with glitter. Oh, I regret everything. It's fucking glitter now. Tria slashes her hand through several overhead, and silver glitter rains down over all of you. Ouch, the sun's got into my eyes! The other partygoers notice the bubbles and start popping them, whooping and cheering as bursts of glitters like starlight shoot out from them. It's pretty. Everyone looks at you as the effects of the potions wear off. Okay, I'm convinced. You've got to be acing potions if you can brew a daydream potion that strong. You can press the upperclassmen with your daydream potion, like I care. Yeah, let me just try to cast the spell again, but nothing happens, and a wave of fatigue washes over you. I guess the sip doesn't last long. And we're back to square one. I'll try not to get in anyone's way for the rest of the night. I will smack the... She flips her hair over her shoulder and strides away. Sorry about her. She can be a little intense about everything. That's an understatement. I know a sun spell that could help you out with your magic. It lets you temporarily turbocharge your magical core and cast a solar flare. It's an upper div spell, but being a sun hat, you should get a hang of it easily. Would such a power boost help in battle against, say, a monster made of shadows and evil? If you think that's something you're going to be dealing with, then yeah, I'm sure it'd be useful with that. Hey, that sounds like just what you need, Ellie. Meanwhile, the snack table sounds like a great idea for me. Ditto that. Good luck with the magic boosting, Ellie. Tell me all about your lesson later. While I would rarely pass up on an opportunity to learn a spell, the flora in the neck of the woods is absolutely exquisite, if you'll excuse me. Look up a tree. Oh, you know I'm checking out the party. Catch up with me when you're done. Your friends all head off, leaving you with an enthusiastic upperclassman. So what do you say? Want a turbocharged magical core at your, core? The solar flare spell is an incredibly powerful sun spell. You don't want to miss out on adding this to your arsenal. A turbocharged magical core? Count me in. Awesome. Alright, so you know how we're constantly, unconsciously letting some of our magical energy out into the world? Let me guess, this teaches us how to contain it. I've been trying to do this for years. Yeah, definitely. Chakra control is what I mean. Well, the spell puts that energy back into you, making you more powerful. So, how do I do it? First, you need to focus on the energy you're losing. You need to be aware of it before you can keep it in. Try reaching for your magic like you're about to cast something, but don't do it. You close your eyes and focus on your magic, but it feels like wading through the mud, each tug at your magic leaving you out of breath. Jeez, this is exhausting. Beyond the ball of magical energy at your center, though, you notice some of the magic humming in the air around you. You feel that? Now, you have to suck it back inside of you. Imagine you're swimming, and you need to take a really deep breath before you dive under. Take a breath and imagine you're a whirlpool sucking the energy in. All at once, the magic comes jolting back into you with a burst of light. Whoa. Yeah, just like that. You did it! I feel so much better already. It's like I'm supercharged. Now you can create a solar flare if you want to let your power back out. The energy races beneath your skin, straining at the surface. Your fingers twitch, a small spark dancing between them. But do I keep it under control or do I let it out? Let it all out. You raise your hand and let the magic burst out. A bright flare of light shoots up from your palm and explodes above you in a shower of sparks. A couple of people applaud and the student from earlier calls out to you. Looking good, freshie! Like I care about your bloody opinion. Stagger, struggling to keep yourself upright. The other student catches your arm, supporting you. Now I'm tired again. Well, yeah, you used all your magic at once. Be more careful next time. But it was fun hanging out with you, freshie. But now, if you don't mind, I see some potions with my name on them. She gives you a nod before disappearing into the party's crowd. Let it out. Let it out. You make your way around the party, taking in the sights and sounds, and eventually scouting out your friends. Griffin sits on a log with a strange string instrument in his lap, surrounded by upperclassmen listening to him play. Tree is at a table full of snacks, mixing various luminescent liquids together in a fancy glass. Beckett appears to be examining one of the trees on the outskirts of the clearing. He touches it and pulls back a look of fascination on his face. Here's your chance to hang out with one of your friends. You'll also have the opportunity to get away from the party and spend some time one-on-one together. Will things stay casual, or will sparks fly between you? Really thinking. So we've spent some time with really everyone. I kind of want to get to know Beckett a little more. We've got, in the last chapter we spent time with Shreya and Griffin. Let's spend a little time with Beckett in this one. You approach Beckett, who's too engrossed in his examination of the tree to notice you. Hey, Beckett, I see you found some of that exquisite flora you were talking about. He jumps and spins around, but breaks into an excited smile when he sees you. Everyone's heard of your potion-making skill. Oh, good, it's you. I thought there might be another upperclassman coming to ask for more of your daydream potion. Come, take a closer look. This is truly a rare find. Step up right beside him and peer at a thick layer of black fuzz on a tree trunk. Is that mold? It kind of looks like something stapled a really dirty shag carpet to a tree. Those are the distinguishing features of midnight moss. It isn't a hardy moss at all, so it rarely grows this expansive. I wonder if the solstice's energy is to thank for the quantity of moss on these trees. Midnight moss, huh? What does it do? It can be ground into a salve to help heal minor cuts and scrapes, and is especially effective in dulling the pain from a bitten tongue. Does it stain your tongue pitch black for a while afterwards? Your entire mouth, teeth included, for up to 3 days. Not that I've tried it or anything. He chuckles to himself. Apologies, I'm getting a little carried away. I've always been fascinated by magical varieties of flora. I can tell few people would ditch a party to examine plants. I don't need a reminder of how utterly uncool I am. Relax, it isn't uncool to like moss and knowledge and stuff like that. Actually, it's me. Actually, it's me. I never partied. I never have been to a party. I never did party. What is a party? I'm serious. I was a bookworm. Actually, it's very attractive. Is it? How? Like, you're smart, and that's attractive to me. You have a nice, brain. I fail to follow. I'm trying to flirt with you, Beckett. Beckett grins smugly. I'm well aware, however, I think your technique could use some work. Okay, well, maybe you could teach me sometime, since you're so good at everything. Beckett's gaze catches on something through the trees, and he gasps. Oh, I had no idea there was a pond nearby. There's bound to be more flora around its banks. Okay, alright, nerd, you need to get back here. He starts to head out of the clearing, but stops to turn back to you and smiles brilliantly. Would you like to join me, Ellie? I'd love to share my findings with you. Oh, look at that! Discover what else the forest has to offer and spend some time, some magical moments with Beckett. I'd love to. Follow at a slower pace as Beckett bounds through the trees. When you arrive at the pond, he's staring fixedly at something on the forest floor. Already found something? What do you have there? Beckett glances over his shoulder at you, his eyes wider. He whirls around, his hand raised in front of him. Stop right there. Don't even think of taking another step. Before you can react, Beckett crosses swiftly to you, then drops down on one knee. Are you proposing to me? Ignoring you, Beckett carefully scoops up a blossom at your feet before standing. Apologies for my brusqueness. I wanted to ensure that you didn't step on this. Beckett holds the flower out. You cup his hands with yours, holding the blossom between the two of you. Oh, it's pretty. It glows in the moonlight. Pearlescent streaks running through the petals. Smiling softly, Beckett takes the flower back, letting go of your hands. It's beautiful. Is it for me? Beckett narrows his eyes at you, frowning. Is it for... You wink, realization dawns on Beckett, and he blushes furiously. Don't be absurd. If I were to give someone flowers, I would offer them a proper bouquet of flower roses, not a stray blossom found on the forest floor. So, in this thought experiment, who would be the lucky recipient of said roses? I love roses. Hint, hint. Beckett averts his eyes, pretending to examine the flower more closely. If I'm being perfectly frank, this flower is more than equal to a dozen roses. It's a cultivar rarely seen in these parts, with a variety of magical properties, ranging from deviation to settling an upset stomach. It seems pretty cool. Pretty cool. That's it? I'm new to all this, Beckett, and don't you ever just stop and smell the flowers? Beckett shoots you a puzzled look. Why would I do that? My hobbies don't include encouraging spring allergies. God, is this how daft I really am? I mean, why don't you just enjoy all this instead of analyzing it to death? I am enjoying it. I believe that having a deep understanding of the world around me, or you, is the best way to fully appreciate it. You'll find that my way of doing things is usually the right way. Did he just mansplain? Oh, man. Okay. Alright. I bet that by the end of the night you'll admit that I'm right about something. Very well. Challenge accepted. I expect to win, of course. Step closer to Beckett with a grin. He raises his eyebrows, intrigued. You're only so sure you'll win because you aren't used to people challenging you. Beckett steps forward as well, lifting his chin proudly, a smirk on his lips. Standing so close to him, you notice a few freckles scattered over his face. You may be right about that, but you should know when I am challenged, I never back down. Oh, what's that? Did you just say that I'm right? I cannot believe you just did that. As much as I hate to admit it, you have won your bet. Yes. What's my prize? I believe the terms were not set in that regard. As a show of good sportsmanship, I'll allow you to make the call. Well, then I want a kiss. I about to say, you don't drive a hard bargain. Beckett leans in and kisses you lightly. He looks as calm as ever, save for a telltale flush of red on his cheeks. Wait, that's it? Certainly not. Underestimate me at your own peril. I am nothing if not an overachiever. Beckett rests a hand at the nape of your neck, pulling you back in for a long, lingering kiss. You lose yourself in the feeling of his mouth on yours, his touch sending shivers through you. When he pulls away, he flashes you a smug grin. I hope that my technique was satisfactory. You sound like you want more. Beckett chuckles, his gaze dropping to your lips. I would like a lot more. You meet your eyes again, is dark with desire. You both start leaning back and towards each other. A lot more of you, Ellie. His lips meet yours fervently with a passion that sends heat lancing through you. Gasp, looping your arms around his neck as he presses closer. Beckett's voice is rough when he finally speaks. If every loss was like this, I might take a liking to losing. Are you saying that my kissing is literally that life-changing? You duck to press your lips to his neck, trailing them upwards, feeling his pulse racing. He shivers when you give his earlobe a gentle nib. Are you saying that I'm just so irresistible that you throw away your pride for me? He grabs your hips and pulls you back to him for another fierce kiss, his mouth moving against yours hungrily, desperately. He backs you against a tree trunk and presses closer, his body flush against yours. You arch against him with a groan and feel him smirk against your lips. He pulls back to gaze into your eyes. Yes, and yes. And then he kisses you again, stealing your breath, setting all your nerves buzzing with desire. Beckett. You give as good as you get, tangling your fingers into his hair, forgetting about the party, the pond, the forest around you, only aware of Beckett and the thrill of his lips against yours. Eventually, your kisses turn slow and lazy. Beckett's hands rest on your waist, his touch gentle and warm. We should do this more often. I hardly think it's likely that you'll win a bet against me again. You never know. It wasn't that hard, and besides, I have a feeling you'll be ditching the whole I have to win a bet clause. Press closer, kissing Beckett one last time. He smiles against your lips. Once again, I have to admit that you're right about that. Then you hear a distant commotion coming from the party. What was that? Who knows, perhaps something exploded or a unicorn is attacking the local populace. Shouldn't we go check? I suppose. You take Beckett's hand, smiling as his cheeks turn pink. Shall we see what crimes our classmates have committed? It sounds so fun when you put it that way. Let's go. The two of you make your way back to the clearing where the partygoers are converging around a display of magic. Get your magic in on this, everyone. The night's at its peak and we're gonna set the sky on fire. You try to follow, but get buffeted this way and that way by students flocking towards the magic. Whoa, maybe I'll just hang back. As the fireworks alter the color of the night, you reverberate in your ears for a second. You think you see. What? But you blink and it's gone. You open your eyes, but see no shadow monsters among the trees. You peer through the foliage and realize a pathway stretches deeper into the forest. You step down that pathway. Anybody there? Hello? There's no reply. No sign of life down the pathway until... Hello? Anybody there? That was an echo, right? An echo. The bushes right beside you rustle violently and a dark shape darts out of the gloom. Ellie, thank goodness I found you! You stumbled back, clapping a hand over your racing heart. Holy crap, Aster. You scared me almost to death. I thought you were the Shadow Monster. Shadow Monster? I don't think there are any... around. As Aster's eyes darken, you notice that she's breathing hard as though she's been running through the forest. Not creatures, Ellie. I need you to see. She takes your arm and immediately your surroundings melt away. The rock I picked up? Pontos. Stumble dizzy as the forest re-solidifies around you. Whoa, Aster, did you just take me into your branching? I could think of no better way. I believe the trees want you to take the strange stone to Professor Kontos. I can tell it's extremely important. I urge you to see him as soon as you can. Okay. Calm down, girl. You need to chill. So speaking of which, I hope you all did enjoy the video. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe if you did enjoy. It means a lot. It helps to get the channel out there. It helps to grow our community when people come, check it out. And hopefully decide to subscribe. I put a lot of work into this stuff, so, you know, hopefully you guys do enjoy it. Without further ado, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.